Tangwa?
ค่ะ nouns ก็คือคำนามค่ะคำนามก็คือถ้าในภาษาไทยก็หมายถึงคนสัตว์สิ่งของสถานที่นะคะในภาษาอังกฤษ nouns ก็คือ person คือ place คือ things นะคะ animal ก็ได้นะคะอันนี้เราเรียกว่า nouns นะคะ
Thank you so much. That's very important, guys. A noun is a person, place, or thing, and adjectives describe nouns, okay? So let's continue going and make sure you're listening carefully.
We use superlative adjectives to compare three or more people, places, or things. Superlative adjectives tell us how one noun is different from the rest. For example, she is the tallest girl in the group.
Okay, so in this sentence, she is the tallest girl in the group. Which word is the superlative, guys? What's the superlative?
Tallest.
Thank you so much. Tallest. Very good. All right, let's keep going forward.
This painting is the most beautiful of all.
Okay, this painting is the most beautiful of all. Which word will be the superlative?
Most beautiful.
Wonderful. So most beautiful.
He is the happiest student in my class.
Okay, so he is the happiest student in my class. Superlative?
Happiest.
Wonderful, good pronunciation. Happiest.
How are superlative adjectives formed in English? It depends on how many syllables the adjective has. For one-syllable adjectives, we add the and est to the adjective. For example, short becomes the shortest. If the adjective ends in a consonant-vowel-consonant pattern, we double the final consonant before adding est. For example, big becomes the biggest. For two-syllable adjectives that end in y, we change y to I and add est. For example, hungry becomes the hungriest, and noisy becomes the noisiest. For adjectives that are two syllables or more, we use the words the most before the adjective. For example, modern becomes the most modern, and expensive becomes the most expensive.
All right, so let's take another look at that page. It's very important.
We use the words the most before the adjective. For example, modern becomes the most modern, and expensive becomes the most expensive.
All right, so guys, I want you to focus on this page, okay? So the system is based on syllables. If there's only one syllable, then most of the time we just add est to the end of the word. Short, shortest, okay? Now, if it has two syllables ending with a y, we change the y to I and still add est. So hungry to hungriest. Now, if it's two or more syllables, okay, and not ending in a y, then we result to adding most. So guys, if you could take a screenshot, Ms. Tangwa, tell them to take a screenshot so they can study this later of this page.
นั่นเองค่ะนั่นเองสามารถแคปเจอร์หน้าจออันนี้ไว้ได้นะคะเกิดกรณีที่เราคิดว่าเดี๋ยวเผื่อเราลืมหรือจำไม่ได้นะคะกดการเติม est นะคะเด็กๆถ้าเป็น2พยางค์นะคะพยางค์เดียวหรือ2พยางค์นั้นเนี่ยก็เติม est ลงไปได้เลยนะคะถ้ามันลงท้ายด้วย y เปลี่ยน y เป็น i แล้วเติม est นะคะหรือว่าถ้ามันเป็น3พยางค์นะคะหรือมากกว่า2พยางค์ให้เรียนเติม the most ข้างหน้านะคะ
Thank you very much, okay? All right, so excellent job, guys. I'll leave these here for the practice section. Let's keep going. So
Some superlative adjectives in English don't follow the usual rules. For example, the adjective good becomes the best in the superlative form. Bad becomes the worst, and far becomes the farthest or the furthest. The most common sentence pattern for superlative adjectives in English is subject plus verb plus the plus superlative adjective plus object. Let's look at some examples of superlative adjectives in a sentence. The blue house is the biggest house on the street.
Okay, good. So we see an example here of a superlative, okay? The blue house is the biggest house on the street. Now, guys, which word is the superlative?
The biggest.
Wonderful. So biggest would be the superlative, okay?
Rock music is the best kind of music.
Okay, rock music is the best kind of music. Which word will be the superlative?
The best.
Okay, very good. All right.
My dog is the laziest pet in my house.
Okay, my dog is the laziest pet in my house. Superlative, please.
The laziest.
Wonderful, the laziest.
The singer is the most famous member of the band.
Okay, the singer is the most famous member of the band. Which word?
The most famous.
Good, the most famous.
ESL Library.
Go to our practice section here. Oh, let's go over here.
The superlative in my closet.
Over here.
Look at the adjective. Say or write the superlative adjective. For example, tall.
All right, so guys, what would be the answer for tall? Making this a superlative, what does it become? As an adjective standard, it's just tall, but as a superlative, how would we describe her? What would we say? EST, IEST, or most? What do we write?
EST.
Okay, so just EST, very good. So tallest.
The tallest. Now you try.
All right, so we have careful as an adjective. What does it become as a superlative, guys? Carefulest, most careful, the most careful, what do we change it to? A volunteer? Careful. All right, so Ms. Tangler, can you choose a student? What does careful become?
นักเรียนคะ careful ใช้อะไรดี 6/2 เจโลตอบพิเชอร์หน่อยค่ะ careful ใช้อะไรดีคะ
Just try, it's okay, just try.
6/2 นักเรียนไปไหนหมดลูก
All right, so I'll help you with this one, okay? So this one is the most. Okay, so the most careful. Now remember, certain words were exceptions, okay? So as an adjective, we have good, but as a superlative, what does it become? Who can tell us, what does good become? Volunteers, class? Okay.
นักเรียนคะนักเรียนไปไหนกันหมดคะ
What is as a superlative?
good เนี่ย good เนี่ยถ้ามันจะเปลี่ยนเป็นขั้นสูงสุดของ good เนี่ยมันต้องเป็นคำว่าอะไรคะ
The best.
the best
Okay.
ใครทำเสียงอะไรเอ่ย
Thank you, Ms. Nini. So let's see if it's the best. All right, good. So good becomes the best. Okay. Okay, what about noisy? What does noisy change to as a superlative?
The noisiest.
Okay, why does it go, well, is it EST or IEST? Which one?
IEST.
Why is it IEST? Why?
Noisy.
Good, because noisy ends with the Y. Because it ends with the Y, we change it to an I and add EST. Okay, very good. All right, so let's go on to the next part. And we are going to listen to a little bit about superlatives, okay?
Hi, my name's Sarah, and today we're going to learn about superlative adjectives in English. If you've not seen my lesson on comparative adjectives, I recommend that you follow the link above or down below first. As we saw in my lesson on comparative adjectives, when comparing two cars, we can say this car is faster than this car. When we're comparing more than two things, we use the superlative. This is the fastest car. It goes 300 kilometers an hour. Here, the fastest car is the superlative. When using one-syllable adjectives such as tall, small, or fast, we use the plus the adjective plus est. So let's go back to our snail and rabbit. If we compare the two animals, we say the snail is slower than the rabbit. But if we add the sloth, we say the sloth is the slowest animal in the world. It's slower than all the other animals. Now remember our flowers. A beautiful bunch of tulips and an unwanted weed. These flowers are more beautiful than these flowers. But the rose is the most beautiful flower. It's more beautiful than all the other flowers. When comparing more than two things, with most adjectives with two syllables or more, we add the most plus the adjective. For example, skiing is the most exciting sport. Exciting is three syllables, so we use the, most, and the adjective. So the rule is, short adjectives of one syllable, we add the plus the adjective plus est. Long adjectives of two syllables or more, we add the most plus the adjective. There are some spelling changes you should remember. The first one to remember is with one syllable adjectives with the pattern consonant, vowel, consonant. Remember to double the final consonant before est. For example, this is the biggest ball. Notice the double consonant G. If the adjective ends in E, we just add st. For example, this house is the largest. Two-syllable adjectives ending in Y, like lucky, happy, and angry, have a special pattern. The first thing to note is that unlike other adjectives with two syllables, they don't take most but est, and the Y changes to I. For example, this monkey is the angriest. Notice angry is a two-syllable adjective, angry, ending in Y, so we change the Y to I and we add est. Now for the exceptions. Good, bad, and far. The first one is good. So the drink is good, meal is better, but fruit is the best for your health. The superlative of good is the best, not the goodest. Then bad. So likewise, alcohol is bad for your health. Cigarettes are worse, but the worst of all are drugs. So drugs are the worst thing for your health. The superlative of bad is the worst, not the baddest. And lastly, far. So as we saw in my comparatives tutorial, the UK is far, China is farther or further, but the furthest of all is Pluto. So Pluto is the farthest or furthest planet from the Earth. Note that you can use farthest or furthest as a superlative for far. Now it's your turn. Compare these 3 cats using the adjective fat. This cat is the fattest. Remember CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant. You double the final consonant before EST. Compare these 3 people using the adjective lucky. This woman is the luckiest. That's right. Remember, 2-syllable adjectives ending in Y don't take most, but EST. And remember the Y changes to I. Compare these 3 objects using the adjective expensive. A crown, a pen, and an apple. Write your answer down below in the comments section.
All right, so awesome.
Congratulations.
So we got a very good video presentation on how to use superlatives and to use EST, IEST, and exemptions and things with most or more, or most being superlative. So let's go to the next one here. And I think we can focus on our worksheet. So let's escape out of here and let's go to our worksheet, guys. So have your worksheets open. And Miss Tangwa, this is the correct worksheet, correct?
I think this one we did it yesterday.
Okay.
ออมชีทเนี้ยเราทำไปเมื่อวานแล้วปะ
ใช่ค่ะครูอันนี้ทำไปเมื่อวาน
We did yesterday already.
Okay, so we could just go down here then to this page.
แล้วหน้านี้ที่เชื่อเขาตอบคำถามไปยังโลกเมื่อวานยังเนาะเหมือนจะยังนะ
ใช่ค่ะครูเหมือนจะยังไม่ได้ตอบ
not yet
Okay, so guys, let's focus on this page and we're going to need participation, talking, okay? So let's repeat after the teacher. Let's say laptop. Everybody, laptop.
Laptop.
Thank you, okay? Gaming system, gaming system.
Gaming system.
MP3 player. MP3 player.
MP3 player.
Camera.
Camera.
Smartphone.
Smartphone.
Smartwatch.
Smartwatch.
All right, now guys, I need you to help me with the prices, okay? How much is the smartphone? How much is the smartphone? What is the price of the smartphone? Who can volunteer and tell me? Ms. Tangwa, can you translate? What is the price of the smartphone?
เนี่ยค่ะที่เชอร์เขาให้นักเรียนบอก price ก็คือราคาค่ะราคาของสมาร์ทโฟนคือราคาเท่าไหร่คะ
200.
200ครับ
200อะไรคะ
200 ค่ะครู
What
200
is 200 what?
เล่นดูหน่วยของเขาค่ะ หน่วยสกุลเงินเป็นอะไรคะลูก
ดอลลาร์
เป็นดอลลาร์
Okay, so $200. Okay. So let's say $200.
200 ดอลลาร์
Thank you. How much is the gaming system?
700 ดอลลาร์
Good. $700. Remember, there's an S. Dollars. How much is the laptop? How much is the laptop?
500 ครับ
Okay, very close.
ดอล
So
ลาร์
$575. $575. Okay. How much is the smartwatch?
$250.
250.
250 ดอลลาร์
Thank you. How much is the camera?
400 ดอลลาร์
Good. Okay. So let me write a question for you guys. Which one is the most expensive? Which one is the most expensive? Which one is the most expensive? All right, so Ms. Tangwa, can you translate this question? Which one is the most expensive?
นั่นเองค่ะ อะไรแพงที่สุดค่ะ most expensive แพงที่สุด
เกมมิ่งค่ะครู
Good. The gaming console is the most expensive, okay? So which one is the cheapest? Which one is the cheapest?
Smartphone.
Okay, so the most expensive will be the game console. Very, very good. And the cheapest will be the smartphone. Okay, so let's listen carefully. $575, $700, $275, $400, $200, $250. Okay, the gaming console is the most expensive. The smartphone is the cheapest. Very good. All right, so let's go down to the next. All right, so now we're going to focus on some reading fundamentals, okay? All right, so I want you guys to listen carefully. I am going to read first, okay? So let's put a cursor here. What makes smartphones smart? All cell phones make calls and send text messages, but smartphones can get the internet. We use smartphones to get information and answer questions. We use them to read the news. Smartphones are an amazing invention. Okay, so let's go down here, and I need a volunteer reader, okay? I need someone to read this part. So who could read? Ms. Tangwa, could you choose a reader?
นั่นเองค่ะ มีใครอยากจะอ่านpassage ในกรอบสีเหลืองที่ทีเชอร์เขาให้ไลน์ไว้ไหมคะ
Let's
ขอมา
start.
1 คนค่ะลูก มีไหมคะลูก เน
Starting.
เน่ค่ะ
Smartphone can do many things. They can take to TV. They can tell you TV record shows. They can even show the TV off when you're not home.
Okay, very good. Now let's say this, Nini, smartphones. Smartphones.
Smartphones.
Talk.
Talk.
Your.
Your.
To.
To.
Shows.
Shows.
When.
When.
Very good job, Nini. Thank you so much for reading with me, okay? All right, now I'm gonna go down and I want a new volunteer, okay? I need someone to read this section. All right, so Miss Tanghwa, can you choose another student, please?
แล้วเนี่ยมีใครอยากจะอ่านอีกไหมคะ ที่ไม่ใช่เนเน่อะค่ะ มีไหมคะ มีใครอยากอ่านประโยค passage ในกรอบมีไหมคะ ไม่มีเลยเหรอลูก
Let's practice, guys. Come on, volunteers.
มีไหมคะลูก
All right, so I want you to listen up, okay? You can also use smartphones at school. You can use your smartphones on your own or share it in a group. It can help you study and learn new things. Smartphones can also take you on virtual visits to museums, parks, and other places around the world. All right, so very good listening on your part, okay? And let's zoom out and go down a little bit. And I will read the first part. Okay, let me put my cursor here so you can follow along. Some of the newest smartphones talk to toy cars and toy helicopters. You can use smartphones to tell toys what to do. Both children and adults like to play with these toys. All right, so now we need a student volunteer to read, okay? We have only 2 more paragraphs. And I will highlight this right here. Nini, do you want to read again? Nini?
Yes, teacher.
All right, so can you read here? There are.
There are many.
For
smartphone
made
for
children. Very good.
You can play games with your friends on
Or
share picture.
very good. All right. So Nini, let's say apps.
Teacher, may I go to toilet, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. Nini, can you say apps?
Apps.
Smartphones. Children. Now TH is with. Or. Pictures. Thank you so much, Nini. Excellent job. Thank you for volunteering. All right. Can we get another volunteer, a new student, okay, to help me with this paragraph? All right, so who wants to read? Another volunteer?
เจโลอยู่ไหมคะ เจโร่จิราพิพัฒน์อยู่ไหมครับเจโร่อ่านในกรอบสีเหลืองให้ทีเชอร์ฟังหน่อยเร็ว
Thank you, Jello. Let's read, Jello. Jello.
อ่านไม่ได้ครับ
Okay he cannot read
Okay. All right. So I'll read out. Smartphones are great for all people, young and old. They are fun. They can help. And there are new things smartphones can do every day. All right. So good job, guys. I want you to push yourself to practice your reading skills. It's very important in learning and mastering English. All right, so now let's do some true and false based on what was read. All right, now, Jello, I want you to help me. So Jello, are you ready? Jello, okay. So Jello number 1, all phones are smartphones. Is that true or false, Jello?
False.
Okay, very true, thank you. Okay, now Jello number 2, smartphones help you at school. Is that true or false? What do you think, Jello? All right, so smartphones can help you at school, research information. And number 3, smartphones are only for young people, okay? Does anybody want to answer number 3? Smartphones are only for young people.
False.
False. Thank you so much, Nini. All right, so Nini, you're doing an amazing job today. Thank you for helping so much. All right, so guys, I want you to have your answers in the book, and we're gonna zoom down here to our clues. All right, so Nini, let's keep going, okay? We have a smartphone and a smartwatch. Which one can we wear? What can we wear, a smartphone or a smartwatch? Nini?
Smartwatch.
Good. So we can wear a smart watch, okay? So in your book, you would type smart watch. Nini, number 2, this doesn't take pictures. Is that a camera or a gaming system?
Gaming system.
Good, thank you for the pronunciation. So gaming system. All right, and Nini, let's do one more, number 3. This has a keyboard. Is it a router or a laptop?
Laptop.
And last, Nini, which one can you read? An MP3 player or a tablet?
Tablet.
Tablet. All right, so guys, make sure you have these answers written in your book. Nini, wonderful job. Thank you for helping the teacher. All right, and let's keep scrolling down. All right, now we're just going to fill in these blanks for this last session. Now, everybody, I want you to repeat after me. Miss Tangwa, can you tell them to repeat after the teacher?
นักเรียนอ่านตามทีเชอร์นะคะ
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Careful.
Careful.
Best.
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 Generous.
Generous.
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
Worst.
Worst.
So Nini, we know number 1 is generous. What is number 2?
Worse.
Okay, let's put worst in. Thank you also, whoever said worst, thank you. So guys, in your books, let's have worst in there. Number 3, what's number 3?
Peaceful.
Thank you, whoever's speaking, thank you so much for helping. So P here, E, A, C, E, then we have our syllable break, then U, L. Number 4, please.
Best.
Best.
Best, best. And we have number 5.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful. Thoughtful. And last, at the bottom, what do we have for the last one?
Careful.
Careful.
It's peaceful. Peaceful. No, I'm sorry. Or what?
Peace-
Last one? Careful. Yeah, careful. I'm sorry. So this should be an A. Let me erase this. All right, guys. So this is the end of our class today. Nini, thank you so much. You did wonderful today with participation and helping the teacher. And thank you for being a great student. Everybody else, I want you to get these answers in your book. And I shall see you next time. Very good job. Ms. Tangler, could you translate for them?
Yes, teacher.
All right, so tell them they can write in their book the answers, and that's it for today.
นั่นเองค่ะวันนี้นะคะเป็นงานที่เราทำมี3หน้านะคะหน้า37ถึงหน้า39เดี๋ยวที่ช่วยนักบาส่งไปให้ในกลุ่มอีกรอบนึงสำหรับคนที่ยังทำไม่ทันนะคะ
All right, thank you guys so much. Excellent work. And I shall see you guys next time. Very good job.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's stop.